time to finish up on that pilot. We've dipped him 3 times now, and he's pretty smooth. So let's go through and we'll wet sand, clean up any bad parts. Get that helmet real nice. We want a nice smooth helmet. And once we're all done sanding, let's paint these things. The pilot is an olive green, olive drab green from Testers. Looks just like a flight suit. It's a flat, so it'll dry nice. Alright, let's paint the helmet a light gray. And the seat a light gray. Final sand the cockpit area, and let's paint it flat black. Once again using the Testers. And let's make our ejection seat rails using the template supplied. We're just using 16th inch balsa here. Works real nice. Just using CA glue. Use the template and glue them up together. Good looking rails. And kind of sand them smooth. Get all the burrs and the edges off. Paint the inside light gray. And then we'll attach them to the ejection seat. Cut them off down at the bottom. And then let's spray the whole thing gray. Ooh, there's a good looking shot of an A-10 pilot. Shows a nice helmet there. Alright, we're going to draw out on our helmet the same way. Using dark gray and flat black here. Now we're using a gloss black or a clear smoke on the lens there. Paint up the straps on the pilot using a light gray. Use a lightly wet brush and kind of just go through and weather the pilot. We've also outlined everything. Paint up our ejection seat. Looking good. And there's our parachute. And how about this? A silicone rubber hose. We're going to bring this pilot to life. Wrap some carpet thread around a clear nylon tubing, the inside tubing, and then just use a little CA and glue it to it. If you got a variable speed drill, it helps, but you can twist it with your fingers if you don't. Okay, run these 2 carpet strings right next to each other. Go all the way down. Make sure it's flat and right next to each other all the way down. We can push it down a little bit. Go all the way to the end and just kind of push it down. Okay, we taped up one side and now we're going to take off one of the lines. This gives us a perfect spacing and it looks just like a scale air hose for the pilot. Using CA glue, let's glue it all down, make it real nice and stiff there, and wipe off the extra stuff. Get all that stuff out of there. Okay, we're going to rub a little wax on the tube now. So we're going to make a mold out of this. And use a cloth and make sure you get it in there real nice. Get a little Dremel brush and you can kind of wipe it off. Bondo. Some of the greatest stuff on earth. We're going to make a Bondo mold here. Using a scrap piece of wood, just spread some out on there. And get your tube that's been waxed, and just halfway spread that Bondo on there. Make sure you smear it in real good, because you want to get it in between the threads. You can use your glove finger. It works real well. Just to the half line. Alright, we're going to push it on in there. And we're going to add a little extra here. We can go slightly above the half line if we want. Alright, it's starting to set up, so we're going to kind of trim it down before it gets real hard. And leave it until it does set up. Once it's all set up, we can remove our tubing. Pay attention to how you pulled it out, because we're going to put it right back in. Alright, sand this one side, and only go halfway. We want it to be on the perfect half line if we can. Okay, fit the tube right back in the same way it came out. It's important that you do that. And we're going to wax this area up. Okay, once the wax is dried and we cleaned it all off, let's add Bondo to this side. Make a little Bondo popsicle here. Bondo is nice stuff to work with. Make sure you have good ventilation though. Okay, what we have is a air hose mold here. Just pull out your plastic air hose. Take a look. This mold is real nice. Got all the grooves, and it's a clamshell. It fits right together. Okay, wax the mold. Make sure you get everything. And then using a black silicone, lay a bead in there. Push on it real hard so the silicone gets down in the kind of the weave of the hose. We'll put the two molds together, and we're going to let this dry for about 48 hours. Our two holes at the end will allow it to get air so it can dry real nice. And squeeze it out and hold it real tight. Don't let up any of the pressure once you squeeze it out. That'll give you an air pocket. So then we'll just tape it up real tight. After 48 hours, we'll just simply pull it apart. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Just kind of clean it up. A little bit of alcohol to take the wax off. And you got a nice air hose. Okay, we're going to do the landing gear here. So we've drawn out using our templates, and we're simply just going to cut it with a X-Acto blade. A real nice sharp blade helps out. Make little slices at first. Just follow your path. It'll get easier and easier as you go, and then you'll know when you're through. And in the corners you can use kind of a sawing motion. That works real well. You want to cut these real nice, that way you have a beautiful door on the inside. Ever since we started using the doors have worked very nice. The original prototype did not have doors, but after that one, all the production prototypes got the doors, and I love the doors. Okay, we're just about ready to take this one out. the bottom part there. Just nice, easy slices. You want to be careful you don't cut yourself. Okay, there she is. Pulls out real nice. Oh, there's our airline for later. And just repeat the same process to the other side. Gives you nice access inside there. Let's get our nose gear door. Where the seam is and the epoxy, we'll have to work with that a little bit. There we go, we got the door there. Okay, just kind of clean up everything. You don't want to sand too much because it's a nice perfect fit right now. We don't want to change that too much. They come out real easy.